Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel Knowledge Rack. This is fourth video on the basic tutorial on Python. In today's videos, we are going to cover these two topics: input and output statements in Python and loops in Python. So, without wasting the time, let's start with input and output statement. Okay, from the name also only you know what is input and output statement. At the beginning, when you start to study about computer, you will study about input device and output device. Similarly, in programming language, the input and output statement plays the same role. As a programmer or a developer, there are many times need that I want to interact with the user, either to take the input or to show an output. Suppose I want to take an input from user that give me a two uh, variables values a and b, and according to the logic I will give you sum of those two numbers. So user will provide a equal to 10, b equal to 5. I will read that input and process using the logic that is written in the program, and then show them back with the output statement that this is the sum of your those two number. So input and output statements is needed to interact with the user, either ask user to provide some type of input or to show some type of output values. So seeing them one by one, let us start with input statement. In Python there are two functions, inbuilt functions. In what is inbuilt functions means, we will see function topic later on, but inbuilt means that already exist in the Python package. So there are two, raw input and only input. This is the older version and this input is the newer version. You all are aware, if there was something disadvantage in raw input, then only in input function come in existence. So what is that? In raw input, the function works that whatever the user enter, it will take it as string and store to a variable where it is assigned. Whatever we input a equal to 2, it will consider it as string. But in newer version, that is input functions, it evaluate the input. Whatever the user give the input, it automatically evaluate. Suppose the user enter a equal to 15, this input function will evaluate 15 is an integer. Similarly, if you enter RAM, then it will consider that is a string. So the input function automatically evaluate the expression, which means Python automatically identify where the user entered string or a number of list. Let us see. We will use throughout the input function, we will not use raw input. So if we want to take a string as an input from the user, we simply write a equal to input. This will ask the user to give an input, and whatever the user will enter, it will consider it as string. But whenever we want to take integer as an input, we just write a equal to int, and under parenthesis we write input. It means that whatever user will enter will be considered as integer or converted into integer. Similarly, if we want to take input as floating number, we write a equal to float, under parenthesis we will write input. This will consider the input, whatever user will type, it will consider all those and convert into float. So these are the three way we can take input. We can take input as a list, dictionary, and many things, but these are the basic standard to take inputs. So I think here the input statements ends. Now let's see output statements. This is very easy. We all are aware with the print function. If you have studied C language, any other language, or if you have not studied any language, we can by seeing the name print function, you can assume that this can be used to print the output on the screen. So we will use the print function to show the output statements. Okay, so here the input and output statements over. Now we will come to loops in Python. By the name only, what is loop? Loop is a continuous until it's break the condition. So Python programming language provides following type of loops to handle looping requirements. There are two loops: while loop, for in loop. Okay, so without wasting time, let's start with while loop. With while loop, we can execute a set of statements as long as condition is true. Here is the syntax. First of all, we initialize. Suppose we have, see the example. What the initializing means? See here, count is equal to 0. We initialize the value of count. Now second, in syntax part, you see while and conditions. Here while, and what is the condition? Count is less than 3. This is the condition we have to search for. okay, and after that we use semicolon. What this means? This means this function here and here, and after here we press enter, automatically a space of a tab is left. That is called indentation or white space, which is the most important thing in Python functions. It is automatically, whenever we come here we give semicolon, and after that we press enter, it will automatically leave this space. And this space means this print, this cont, these two lines come under this function. If you write cont here one space previous, then it will be not considered as a part of this while loop, okay. So this is called white space or indentation in Python. In everything, for loop, if else condition, wherever we write a function, we have to take care of that white space or indentation, okay. So moving on to the working of while loop. While loop, as we have initialized cont equal to 0 and the condition is cont is less than 3, it print cont and then cont addition. So see what will happen when cont is equal to 0, it will come here, it will check that if cont is less than 3, yes, cont value is 0, which is less than 3, then it will enter the function. When it will enter the function, it will encounter that print cont, then it will print the cont. What is the cont value? 0, so it will print. Then after cont is equal to cont plus 1, it will add 1 to the cont. Now cont value will become 1. Again we will check the condition that cont is less than 3, yes, cont value is 1, so it is automatically less than 3. Again it will print, again it will add 1 more, again it will cont, again it will add, so it will keep on adding up till it's break the condition. If the cont becomes greater than 4, then it will stop printing. So this is the while loop, which used to execute a set of statements as long as condition is true. We will see this in practical part, so don't panic that much. Just write the syntax and just give a small example as I have mentioned here. Just mention this example. When we will jump to practical part, we will see it, okay. Now moving to the after while loop, we will go to for in loop. Simple. In for loop, as you are aware, in C language, for loop is written like this: for I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, means for, then, okay, 1 minute, sorry, yeah, for I equal to 0, I less than n, and I plus plus. Here it is initializing part, this is condition part, this is increment decrement, but we have to not do this much thing in Python. That's why Python is easy. A for loop is used for iterating over a sequence, that is, we have a list, tuple, dictionary, set, or string. We have to go through that to see, search something, to add something, to print every element of the list. We will use for in loop. Here is the syntax: for this, whatever we have the name of the variable, in the sequence this, the statement. If I have to give example of for loop, I will surely say, suppose we have a list in which we have 5 elements, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So we will write for n, suppose we will say n I, anything you can say, for I in list, whatever name of the list 1, and statements, print the, if we have written for I in list, then we will print I. If we have written for n in sequence list, then we will say print n, and this will, what it will do, it will automatically print the all elements of that list. So this is the main use of for loop. We will see this both loop, for loop or while loop, in practical part. Don't to be panic, the practical part is coming soon. After 1 video or 2 video, we will jump to practical and we will see this for loop, while loop, and further we are going to study if else conditions. All those we will see in 1 video. We will jump into practical, then it will make you interesting. You will see that Python is much interesting than right now what you are feeling boring about this subject or this programming language, because I am teaching or I am sharing some theoretical part of Python which might seem little boring. I think so. If not, then it's good. Okay, so that's enough for today's videos. I think 1 or 2 more theoretical video I will make, then I will jump to practical. I will make you see each loops and conditions one by one. Then we will start to solve problems. We will search one problem, and in 1 video we will solve that problem using logic. I will generate the logic just in front of you, that how to solve this problem, what are the ways in which we can solve this program. Every person have different mind or different way to approach to the questions. So we will see that in later on part of this series. So till now, thank you, see you next video. Hope you are enjoying, and please keep motivating me. Okay, thank you.